Hello and welcome to the After Bedtime podcast. I am your host, HP Burrito, and on tonight's episode, I want to express my thoughts and feelings on wearing masks. Okay, this is coming from the fact that most municipalities around where I live are now passing and enforcing mask policies where you have to have a mask to go out in public spaces. Right? I am fortunate enough that I usually don't wear a mask wherever I go. And this is because I don't wear one at home, because the government can't force me to do what I want to do in my own house. And the second place is my job. And that is because it's unique enough that where I work at, we are not open to the public. And the nature of my job also keeps me well enough away from other employees, usually more than 25 feet. I'm usually in a room by myself. But back to my complaint. I had to go to the store for a few things, and I had to put on a mask. And I know it is in my head, but I died a little on the inside when I put it on. I put on this mask, and as soon as I got outside, I took the mask off, but I still couldn't shake the feeling that my soul and freedom died in that moment. And that is what it was. Just 90 seconds of my life, and my soul was in pain because of a freaking mask. And let me set the record straight, okay? I am not saying that I believe COVID-19 is or isn't real. But as a healthy adult male with a thriving immune system, I don't see the point of me wearing a mask. Also, if everyone else themselves, by their own choice, is wearing a mask, what difference does it make that if one person or a few people choose to risk their own lives, their own personal lives, on with the chance of contracting this virus? It should be each individual's choice whether or not they want to put on a mask. Okay, another thing that gets me all upset is today I went into another different store for some things that I needed. And the nature of the store is you walk in and there's a receptionist and a security guard there, and they check you in. And then you wait for a teller to come get you and take you to the back to get what you need to get. Well, as soon as I walked in, there was a sign out front and saying that the requiring of the mask as you walked into the store, and I had my mask in my hand. And as I walked in to put it, I was going to put it on, but I noticed that neither the guard nor the receptionist was wearing a mask. So I was like, all right, cool, I don't have to wear my mask. I put it in my pocket. And as she checks me in, I go to sit down, and the security guard tells the receptionist to tell me to put on a mask, and I see this out the corner of my eye. And I have a seat, and the teller tells me, in the waiting area for them to come get me. And when the guard tells her that, she was polite about it. I'll give her that. She was polite about it, and asked me to put my mask on. But the first thought that I had was, where are your guys' masks? That's so hypocritical. And that hypocriticism is infuriating to me. This is the place that this podcast episode is spawned from. This infuriation of the hypocriticism of some people to telling you to do as I say and not as I do. And I've always hated that do as I say, not as I do mentality. I really truly has. I am a firm believer of leading by example. I may not put on a mask every day, but for the most part, in my life, I just stay home with my family anyways and don't really go out. The only time I really leave is to go to work, where, again, they're not requiring me to put on a mask because of the nature of my job. And very rarely do I actually go out to the store. And if I do go out, it's only for the essential items. And I try to go out as little as possible. Usually about once a week on the weekend, I'll go out to do all my errands on one day, and then I'm back home for the rest of the other 5 days, 6 days of the week. But usually I only go out into public places for like a day, and that's only for a few hours at that, and only for the absolutely essential things that I need. I know most people will think I am overreacting or making a big deal of something over nothing. But it's just, again, the hypocriticism. It just sort of kind of just triggers me. I don't know what it does, but in my head it just drives me absolutely insane. And I don't know. I'm so ready for us to go back to normal. It isn't even funny. Like this talk about the get ready for the new normal or get used to the new normal. It again drives me absolutely bonkers because I'm ready to get back to normal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? At the moment, my greatest concern is the dystopian future that we're heading towards. Because, I mean, and I say it's a concern, but the concern isn't really for me. I'm an adult, I can handle what's going on, but the concern is more for my kids. Because it's my kids' sake that I worry. Because it's their future here that's what's at stake, not my future. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that are going to grow up in what's to become of now. What happens now affects them so greatly. And the freedom and security that I had playing outside when I was a kid, they're never going to know what that is. They're never going to see that. They're always going to be locked down. And it makes me angry inside, especially when I see hypocriticism of people telling you wear a mask when they're not freaking wearing a mask. And it's like, why are you telling me to wear a mask? To me, the mask is like representing that the pretty much shut up and stay quiet and stay silent and just take whatever it is we tell you to do. And that, again, that do as we say, not as we do mentality. They're going to tell us what to do and we have to do it and be happy about it and we can't complain. In the end, it's all up to us to actually stand up and speak what we believe and that way the future is secure. Either way, I'm going to end the show with this last thing. I miss September 10th, 2011, America. I truly do. And I wish we can go back to it. Anyway, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And good night, everyone. And don't forget, I'll see you guys next time after bedtime. Good night.